What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing tonight? You know what Wednesday nights are. It is the night that these luscious ladies come to you of brown sugar confessions that you can only get at 11 o'clock p.m. EST on Power 1017. I am Doc Val, and welcome to another episode of the show Brown Sugar Confessions, as we talk about sex and love and culture and relationships and whatever other madness we decide to talk about for tonight's show. So let's talk to these amazing co-hosts. Miss KD, you're looking luscious back there. How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing fabulous. Getting ready for a wedding in a couple days. And just doing the same old, working all the time. What about you guys?
Same old, girl. It's always the same old for me anyway. Same old. Not much here happening. How you doing down there, Miss Treese? What you been up to?
Okay, so same old does not mean like I'm going on a sexy cruise. I'm going to sexy France.
Right.
I'm going to sexy Costa Rica. First of all, don't tell me same old.
That's same old for her, not the
That's okay. That's same old. Meanwhile, I'm like, I want to go to sexy France.
I just want to go somewhere sexy. Come on.
You know what? I want to go to sexy cruise.
Okay, I get it.
Right now we are in the midst of sewing. It's before belly dance season picks up and people are going to festivals. So we are churning out costume after costume, and we finished the last of 8 wedding dresses. I am exhausted.
Wow. Okay. So you've been busy sewing, huh?
My fingers hurt. Fingers hurt. I'm happy. I'm happy to do it and to see the people, the ladies and gentlemen in their outfits walking the aisle, and just I'm blessed enough to know that my hands can create something that adds to someone's day. That's it.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Right?
Awesome. You're just too much, Trees.
Hey, I got a question, Trees. Are you sewing for weddings this season? Because I have noticed a lot of people have had fall weddings, more fall weddings than I think spring weddings this year.
Yeah.
Has anyone else noticed that?
Yeah, there have been a ton more fall weddings than spring or summer. And brides, I know, which I'm loving as a designer because I'm so sick of a white dress. I'm loving that people are willing to step out of the bounds and even wear black dresses, because that's my ultimate. If I ever decide to get married, I'm wearing a black dress. Think Morticia Adams, but sexier. And that's
y'all want to hear a fun fact?
What's a fun fact?
So the white dress didn't actually become popular until Queen Victoria.
Yep.
The reason why, because white was very expensive because it was hard to keep clean.
Yep. Things you didn't know about the royal family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, honestly, in other cultures, you never wear white for a wedding. It's a funeral wear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Japanese weddings.
That's true.
Oh, really? It is?
Mm-hmm.
Japanese weddings.
Japanese weddings.
White.
A lot of Asian weddings.
Chinese weddings, are red.
Yeah, like a lot of Asian weddings are red, but their funeral stuff is in white.
Japanese weddings are in white. They wear that white. What's the white hat?
Oh, that big white hat. I forget what it's called.
I forget what it's
that
called.
It like covers your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I love a red wedding. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Not the Game of Thrones red wedding, though, right?
No, let's avoid that.
Red wedding. No, absolutely not. Miss T, what's going on with you in Atlanta?
Well, so if you are hearing this wherever you are in Radio Land, just know that the Atlanta Braves won the World Series in baseball.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We are the champions, finally. Again, I just need the rest of Atlanta sports to get in line. I just need the rest of them. Basketball, football, soccer, just get in line. The Braves have shown you a way. Don't you waste this.
So, Jenny, what's going on with you?
Well, I am now back in Salt Lake City.
Ooh.
I just got back from a weekend in LA where I got to see our amazing guest next show, Kapua. He has just released his fourth single. Ooh, everyone did just a little, ooh, Kapua. Say it again, Kapua. Anyways, so I'm back in Salt Lake, y'all, and back to the mundane life. But today I want to talk about the hot topic. You ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Now, I am in Salt Lake City, where until recently it was illegal for people to be a part of marriages where there's one husband and multiple wives, correct?
Mhm.
And there is a very famous show called Sister Wives, where Cody Brown is married, I believe, at present to 4 wives. However, his third wife and he have just announced that she and he are separating. Now, her name is Christine. So Christine and Cody are separating. And the problem for her, from her side of the story, is that they're now in Arizona and she really misses being home in Utah. Plus, for her, from what I'm gathering, her needs have changed and he's never given her what she needed to feel treasured and loved by him compared to the other wives. This is kind of my synopsis of the story. And so I don't know. Like for me, I can't even share my husband with barely my children. I don't know how she shares it with 3 other wives. I'm very proprietary because I give so much. So I want the same back in my relationship. I'm not going to, because I always end up getting like the short end. You know, like if I were to share him, they get the best of him and I get like the dirty socks and laundry part. I don't want that.
Not the dirty socks and laundry.
That's just my luck, you guys. So that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts, Trace, about that?
Let me get into it. Okay. So my thoughts are you should not have as many partners that you cannot physically and emotionally and spiritually take care of. Monetarily too, let's add monetarily. If you can't take care of all of them, you don't need all of them. If the needs of all of them are not being met, you need to go back to the original, leave the rest of them alone and start from there. That's how I feel about that. For me, it works for me because I'm cute and I have dimples. And
you are. You most certainly are.
Them
what about you,
dimples are
Katie?
weapons.
Exactly. KD, what are your thoughts about that?
So it's hard to look at people from that area and think, wow, that sounds amazing, because it never looks amazing. It look like the people involved all are, leave a lot to wish for. And it's not nearly as sexy as it sounds in my head if I just say, yeah, we're going to be poly. And of course, they're not poly. It's just a bunch of women around one underwhelming guy. However,
Dang.
I think if it was a really hot guy like our soon-to-be guest, I might reconsider it.
You're willing to share him, are you?
I'll be willing. I will be number 3 or something. Sure, why not? He's hot enough.
Everyone, as you can tell, is talking about, we have a guest coming on next week because we've dedicated the next 3 or 4 shows to talking about men and their sexual concerns, and even some fun stuff around men and sexuality. And we have an amazing guest host coming on next week. His name is Kapua, and he is a Polynesian dancer and a recording artist. And we're going to talk a lot about hips and men and why men need to have really good hips for lovemaking. So you really do not want to miss Brown Sugar Confessions' first male guest host. And it's going to be a hot, sexy show because this man has an 8-pack. and we all planning to wash clothes up on his tummy. And we just been talking about him because we just been so
We've already pinned a love letter, y'all. We've already pinned a love letter.
We got love letters, and we all cougars, like, we don't even know how old he is. We don't even know, people like, we don't even care. We're just all about him. So make sure that you keep following, like, and subscribe, and make sure that you follow us and watch us next week. It's going to be a hot show. So you know what, Miss Jenny, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like you. I'm not the best in sharing my significant other. I do have some jealousy issues. And, you know, I never watched that show much anyway. But what is she going to do now? And is like, are the other wives, have they moved up in ranking or what? How does that work in that kind of situation? Anybody know?
Well, I know that she's wife number 3 because after her, he married a 4th wife. And the thing is, I believe her family and her support system is here in Utah. So they had 4 children together. They've been together since 1994. And you would think after all this time, he could have figured out a way to keep her happy. Okay, so I have a funny personal thing to share. When my friends found out I was moving to Utah from the East Coast, they were like, are you going to be a sister wife? And I was like, no, I believe in equal opportunity. I would like to have brother husbands. Because honestly, one of me can only be replaced by maybe 5 other men. I do so much. So I would like one man to be my physicality man. I would like one man to take care of the kids. They have a lot of needs. I do all of it. I would like another man just for pet care. I just adopted my 12th cat, and we got 2 dogs. They got to take care of all the pets.
How are those dogs living?
I need one man to do all of the house chores. I need them all to be bi so they can satisfy each other and not rely on me. I have thought this out.
Dang.
I need one man to work just to provide us all financially.
So is that going to be fair? Husband number 1 is the
Ms.
one
T,
who
don't you
work?
think that's fair? Ms. T,
I
don't you think that's fair?
So long as all parties are in agreement, that's all that matters. Like my thing for this poor lady is if she's getting divorced or separated, how does the settlement and annulments work?
Yeah.
My understanding is that the wives don't have much power. You know what I'm saying? They get little in the exchange.
Oh, so essentially it's just you pack your stuff and dip.
Probably.
They're like on social media, they're trying to be united in their continued love for their children, which we know behind closed doors can mean anything, right?
Right.
I mean, listen, Miss T, this is what my mom said to my husband before we got married. So imagine this in a very strong Asian accent. I'm not going to imitate it because that pisses me off when people do it. But anyways, my mom said to my husband, Michael, I want to be clear. Your money is Jenny's money. What's Jenny's money is Jenny's money.
We like your mama.
Right? And Michael said, yes, ma'am. And then she said, you may marry my daughter.
Now that's a mama. That's what we're talking about right there. That should be a mantra.
Because she knew, Dr. Val, she knew she trained me to be a top-notch wife.
Right.
He would be taken care of by me. So she needs him to be clear. You're getting this woman worth 5-10 people. Are you going to make it worth my raising her after all this time and energy for me to give you permission to, be her husband?
So like places that practice polygamy, the main person who's doing all the marrying, in this case, the husband, has to be able to treat all his wives equally with love, finances, and presence. So if she's not feeling that, doesn't that really go against the whole polygamy standard?
Isn't that set by the husband, though? Yeah, it's set by the husband. So the wife that's leaving, she basically shared that he wasn't fair in the treatment of the wife. So she felt very jealous. He didn't do anything, even though she asked for it for years. It wasn't until he married the 4th wife over 10 years later that he started to make some changes. And that really infuriated her, which I would be like, what? I've been asking you all these years and you don't change until you bring this fourth woman back into the family? Oh, hell no.
Man, if I was the last wife, I'd be doing my own thing. I'd be all over the damn place. What you gonna do? You ain't coming to see me? No way. I'm out.
Exactly, right? So he wasn't treating them as fair and equally. There was preferences to various wives. See, that would cause me to get all ugly. That's why I could not I could not do that kind of relationship. I was asked once and I'm like, you know what? I just don't share. I just don't know how to share. I don't like to share my food, my clothes, my man.
First of all, I want to know what that's about, but I know we don't have time for it. So that's just going to have to be a Patreon thing.
What's that?
How you ended up about to be in a polygamous situation.
Who, me?
Yeah, you just said that.
No, I didn't say that. I said, I don't share. No, I was asked.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to know about that.
Me too.
Yeah. Same.
I will tell y'all because
we'll save it for Patreon. We'll save it for Patreon.
I'm going to confess it right now.
Yes.
I need to get it off.
I'm listening.
All right.
Are y'all listening?
The ears to the speaker. Ears to the speaker.
Oh, wait. That's the wrong thing.
There we go, right?
Let's go.
So, my husband and I were traveling. I forgot where we were. And we had known this beautiful lady for a long time. Just, friendly lady. And we were having dinner. And she said that, she prefers to be in poly relationships. Because we asked, are you single? You're married? Just having a conversation at dinner, not a big deal. And she, says she enjoys poly relationships. And we're like, oh, okay. So, she starts to expand upon what that is, what it is for her. And so, at dessert, she's like, well, what about you and your husband? And I just kind of took a big gulp. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I know, I'm so attracted to you, Doc Val, and I think your husband's amazing. And, I wouldn't mind, getting into a relationship with the two of you. And I was like for what? It kind of caught me off guard for a second. She said, I could be with both of you. I'd move out to where you are and we could be a family. And she got a job, so it's not homelessness. And she's going to move way out here. And I just looked at her and I'm like, you know what? I think you're amazing. But I'm too selfish. I can't share anything or anybody. And of course my husband was like, well, we should perhaps talk about it. I was like, hey, talk about it.
Was that his other brain talking right then?
Exactly. Oh girl, the other brain was like, hello, Paula, I'm all about it. But yes, but the brain upstairs was like, it's not going to happen. And so I just politely said, thank you, but no thank you. And then she asked, could she spend the evening with us? And I was like, no, but thank you, but no thank you. And that was it. But yes, I was approached and I didn't get offended. It was actually flattering. I did not get jealous. I just shut it down very quickly. And it's just not for me. And I respect those that can share it. I just don't share very well at all with anything, like not even anything. What do you think, Trace? Could you do that? Oh, wait a minute. I'm talking to you. With her Italian tongue sticking out.
I'll be completely honest. If Jason and I were in a relationship and it was just him and I, and he brought someone else in here, I would have to pick the person. I would have to pick them. That's just the way I am. I would be that way with any partner. I don't have an issue with sharing. What I have an issue with is shenanigans.
Ooh.
I don't like people from outside coming in and causing havoc. And that's when I draw issue. And that's when I start throwing stuff.
Bingo. Bingo.
If you come in and you're cool and you want to add to this, I'm for it. Like, let's add. But if you come in here with the objective of, I want to split them up because I want one or the other to myself, we got to fight. Yo, it's ball-headed hoe shit.
Mhm.
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. Dr. Val, that was my first reaction. What Trisha said, I was like, what are her one dinner and she's ready to move in with you all?
Yeah, she was ready. She was
She was ready
ready
to slide in there with baby oil.
she was ready to slide. She was ready to get that baby oil and slide up in
Ooh.
there. And I was just like, you know what? You're cute and all, but ooh, I'm not about that life. You know, it's not for me. I don't know what happened to your previously other poly relationship. And she said they were all married. You know, did that whole ceremony. But you know, some people it works beautifully for. But you've got to have a spirit of giving and unselfishness.
And
And my
communication.
husband can tell you that is just not my spirit.
Dang.
I want to drop, because you know I'm real good for dropping these really odd things in the middle of our conversations. But I actually was semi in a polygynous relationship before.
Ooh, polygynous.
What's polygynous?
Meaning a male with multiple
Mhm.
wives or women.
Okay.
Confess.
So we don't have a lot of time. I met this guy at 17. He was 28 years old. And he met me on a bus stop, picked me up. He had a wonderful car, nice things, bought me Gap clothes and stuff like that. And I was just very ecstatic. And about a few dates or experiences in, he tells me he had another wife and that I was now his wife because we had sexual relations. Because that's what happens in the Hebrew Israelite world. So I was his second wife. He just introduced me one day, like, yeah, you're my second wife. It's like, okay. I had other guys, but whatever. I'm his second wife. So I actually started playing a part and learning the things and all that stuff. That lasted for a few minutes until his other wife called me and cussed me out and was like, yeah, man. And it got too deep and I left the situation.
How you gonna tell me I'm your wife?
So you just got a text message say, "Hey, you my wife now."
Well, you know, we weren't texting back then. It was definitely an in-person thing.
You just got a message that says, "Hey, you're now my wife."
He literally like looked in your eyes and said, "We married now." You were like, "Okay."
Pretty much. He actually, I was young and dumb, and he was like, you know, do you know what a marriage is? And I was like, yeah, when two people, he's like, well, do you know the biblical definition of a marriage? And he starts pulling out texts because he was supposed to be a leader in this organization. So he starts pulling out all these texts about what a marriage actually is. And the marriage itself is the sex. So when you have sex, you are officially married. I'm like, I've been married a lot then.
I'm married a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Patrice got an army. I mean, Tracy got an army.
I do.
KD, I was dating when my husband and I first got engaged. His very first girlfriend like walked up to me and was like, you know, your fiance and I need to get a divorce because we were intimate together. People had to hold me back. I was about to kill her. Like,
wow.
We were at Brandeis University in Waltham. It's a very, very the Jewish Harvard in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. And that silly child I was like prank calling her on her phone all night. I was stalking. I was ready to take her out. I was like, what do you mean? I'll just take you out and then we won't even need a whatever you call it, divorce. Dang, just a short little short hair girl. She wasn't even nice to him.
Out.
I would have punched her in the throat.
We were intimate, you know, so he's technically married to me and I need to release him for you to marry him.
With that note, y'all, we gotta go pay some bills. So go to the potty, go find a drink, come back, stay tuned. We will be right back after this break. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Don't forget, you can always check us out here Wednesdays at 11 on Power 1017 and Thursdays after midnight on YouTube. So sit tight and we will be right back.
Welcome back to Brown Sugar Confessions. Before we get started, we want to take a second to thank everyone for spending your time with us on this Wednesday night. We know life can get busy, and it means a lot for us to have you sit down and listen to us for an hour. If you have any questions or story for us, you can contact us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and the Gram at brownsugarconfessions.com. If you want the real information from these shows, you have to join our Patreon at Brown Sugar Confessions. And if you'd like to really heal or you have questions about your own sexual health, you can reach Dr. Valerie at valerie@swancenter.com. That is VALERIE at SWANN Center, CENTER.com. P.S. Don't forget our contest. You know what you need to be doing.
Confess.
You know you want to be sitting with us at our table. So go to our Facebook, go to our YouTube, go to our Instagram, comment, like, subscribe, and please share us. Let's get into our hot topic. How you doing down there, Miss KD?
Let me tell you guys something.
Uh-oh.
So this rapper, the headline was clickbait. So we're going to start there because the headline caught me because the headline said female rapper lets fan give her oral pleasure on stage. And I'm just like, what? I need the video. Let me go to this. So I go to the article and they basically are like, yeah. So first off, let me tell you this rapper's name. I had never heard of her, but she's apparently like a TikTok star. Her name is Big Clit. So, I mean, you know, it's going to go downhill from there.
I'm sorry. What's her name?
Somebody clearly found out whether that was true or not.
Big Clit is her name.
Oh.
So, I mean, with that being her name, I'm not shocked about anything else after that. So I in the article, they're just like, yeah, she let a male fan on stage, you know, go down on her. And I was like, okay, so I need to find a video. I at this point, I'm like excited. I got my popcorn ready. I'm like ready to pull like a rose out and everything. Like, let's go. However, when I watch it, she just basically is standing there with her shirt, her pants kind of like pulled sort of down where you could see her bush. Literally her bush. She has a nice bush. It's a bush, like 1970s bush.
Oh.
Okay.
And she has the guy literally go like this. He licks the bush for the most part one time. And then she's like, yeah, you know, you have to put some respect on this bush. Now kiss it. So then he goes and he kisses it and says he respects the bush.
Hold on. Is this like a light peck on the cheek or was this like the full action tongue and everything?
So it was a lick of the bush is what I'm going to call it.
Mm-hmm.
On stage.
From the bottom to the top?
From the bottom to the top.
There wasn't any behavior like where they're trying to pull hairs out of their mouth.
No hairs being pulled out. He really did worship that bush. I'm going to say he definitely seemed like a very committed fan. And he licked the bush once and then he kissed it. And she told everyone that this is about respecting the bush.
No,
he respected it.
She just listened to Brown Sugar Confessions last
I
week.
think so. That's exactly the same thought I had when I watched the video and really had to put my popcorn down because it wasn't as exciting as I thought. But yeah, so that was very, very, very odd. But he was definitely into it. And everyone in the audience clapped them on and that was it.
Wow. Okay. Oh, all right. Treese, what you think about that? That's kind of crazy to me.
I think it's okay. I'm a Virgo. So my thing is did he have bad breath? Because don't put that down there.
Okay.
Man.
Don't give me any
breath down there, Treese. You can't smell it.
Can you chew some gum? Here's some peppermint gum.
Well, my thing is like if you have halitosis, right? And then you go down and then you leave, like, I gotta smell that. Like, how do I get that off? Listerine? I don't know. But anyway.
I mean,
Please
You
don't
are
put
so
Listerine down there. Let's not do that.
first of
No.
all, we do Brown Sugar Confessions does not condone anything that does not belong up in the hoo-ha.
I said that facetiously and being joking, but I do know there are people out there that would listen to that. Don't do that, y'all.
Don't
I'm
do
just
that,
being-
please.
Don't do
being
that.
silly.
No
silly.
Listerine and hoo-ha at all.
No listening.
But I don't think this is crazy. Ozzy Osbourne bit a head off a bat. So what are we talking about?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That you put it like that.
I
Okay.
mean, he really did. It just flew out of nowhere. He grabbed it, yanked it, chomped it, and chucked it and kept playing music.
At least nobody bit the cootie cat off and threw it. So I respect what happened and nothing was hurt.
No hoo-has were hurt. I agree. No hoo-has were hurt.
No hoo-has were heard. Okay,
No
well,
hoo-has were injured in the making of that video.
so to the rapper, Miss Clit, keep doing the best. I don't even know what to
What is
say.
it? Can that be hashtag Bush empowerment?
Bush empowerment.
That
Okay,
is your
that's-
hashtag for the week, everybody. Bush empowerment.
we haven't done that in a couple of weeks. So
We
that's it.
hadn't.
So it's going to, because we didn't have Jenny C here last week, did we? So it's Bush Empowerment is the hashtag. Let us know that you saw this episode by putting in there for our hashtag Bush Empowerment. So, this is crazy. That whole thing was kind of crazy about the girl doing that, but I get it, hey, on stage, you do you, baby girl. I'm not even mad about it. But as I mentioned earlier, like we decided to make this show all about, men's sexual concerns and men sexual health. So guess what we're going to talk about right now in this segment?
What are you talking
We're
about?
going to talk about some toys just for male pleasure.
Ooh.
So how many of you guys ever bought your eggplant holder or owner a toy specifically for him? How many's done that before? I'm just curious.
I gotta find an eggplant owner that wants one.
I think most eggplant owners want a toy.
I don't know. The ones I'm around must be
tripping.
tripping because ain't nobody said nothing about a toy. The toy is usually for me.
I do think that men enjoy toys. You just have to surprise it and give it to them.
Maybe that's what it is, because either that or my eggplant owners are tripping, man.
You just got to get him one and just say, hey, use this, or here, let me use it on you. That's what you do. Right, Trees?
Yep.
Trees, what toy did you buy your eggplant owner?
I'm trying to think of the radio word.
Don't say something that's going to let the FCC come back.
A Polly Pocket is what I'll call it.
Oh, Polly Pocket. I remember hearing about those back in the day.
What is a Polly Pocket? Uh-oh.
Stares at Miss T.
What is a Polly Pocket?
A Polly Pocket is, I'm trying to think of the radio words. It is
Did it go for
a replica of a lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
We got it.
Oh.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh. Okay.
We were out at our local store, Fun Time store, and I was looking for something new, and then I thought bright light came on, and I was like, let's do something different. And I put it in the bag. We got back to the place, and I was like, Shazam! And he threw it across the room.
Oh no! See, now I'm not gonna get one. I was excited.
Was he scared? And you'd be like, ah, like that.
Well, he looked at it and then looked at me and then looked at it again. Do you guys know that TikTok? Well, I was looking at her and he was looking at me. That's how it went through it.
Dang.
And then I was like, oh, you threw it back.
Dang.
I picked it up and I was like, let's give it a, let's try, let's do something different. And he was like, after a long time of talking him into it, we tried it. And it was weird for him. For me, I loved it. I loved being able to use that on them and have that different kind of experience. He felt like a little dirty squirrel afterwards. But
Aw.
that's typical, right? When you try something new and you've been told to be ashamed of doing stuff like that, that's what happens. So me as your local switch was like, let me cuddle you and make you feel better. I'll be the big spoon. And eventually it became part of our regular play.
Oh, that's sweet that you spooned him
Aw.
afterwards. You know, they still make that today. But they have a new one out on the market. It's very similar. And it's called a fleshlight. Fleshlight stamina training kit.
Stamina
training
training.
kit.
Yes, stamina training kit. Everyone's Googling it right now. And
got
like
one.
on Amazon, it's like $70 and eBay, it's like $40. But what it does, it's made out of really soft, fleshy skin, type of skin. It feels like the skin of a human being. And they have vulva ones. And if you are into vulvas, they also have anal ones. And they even have gotten them now where they make them look like aliens. I don't understand. I haven't seen it yet, but they come in all kinds of different shapes now for people that like that. And you place the eggplant inside of it and it stimulates and it mimics the sensation of intercourse. But yeah, they still make that today. Those were came out, oh my God, I don't know how old those old pockets are, but the fleshlight is something that you guys can pick up and you can share with your partner. And I don't think that, I know for myself, and maybe I'm just weird, but I like to see my partner enjoy himself.
Right.
Like, why not? I do. I don't think, you guys hear me saying that, right? Like, we like it. Like when you guys take ownership, number one, we get a break. But number two, it's really sexy to watch you guys enjoy, right? Come on, Katie, talk about it.
Yes, I'm all about that. But I'm right now trying to figure out where I'm going to order this from. So
she's Googling it because she's not even paying attention right
I'm
now.
paying attention. I'm here. No, I'm here. But I'm also making an order real quick.
Multitasking is great, y'all.
What are you ordering?
She's ordering that fleshlight.
Fleshlights.
And it does work. It does work at stamina training.
Oh. How does that work? Stamina training? Like you try to see how far you can go one day and then you try to go longer the next day. Like, how does that work?
Do you have to outlast the battery?
Right. I don't really know if you have to I think Jenny, see you crazy as heck. I guess that's the idea. Can you outlast the ever-ready battery? The ever-ready or everlasting bunny? What's the bunny called?
Energizer.
Thank you, the energizing bunny. Can you outlast them? But yes. So, guys, we like it when you guys do stuff. We can watch you guys. It's quite sexy for us. It's no, I know we talked about our vague staring, we're all in the mind and you guys are visual, but there's nothing more beautiful than watch a guy own his stuff and enjoy himself. We're like, oh, that is so sexy just to watch you. So take our word for it and go invest in some toys for yourself. And another one we're going to talk about is a German-made one.
Hold on. I think Miss KD got a question.
Oh,
there's no brown ones. Where are the brown ones?
I don't know where the brown ones are.
So I think we may need to have a conversation about making brown ones as part of the Brown Sugar Confession line, because I have a problem with the fact that there are no brown fleshlights here.
They have to be different shades.
Yes, we do need the different.
We need the melanin scale.
We need to do something with that Brown Sugar Confession and make something. I think so. But yeah, go check it out. And another one I want to talk to you about is one called the Fun Factory Manta.
Who?
Fun Factory Manta.
What you say about my mama?
You are stupid. Fun Factory Manta. And so this one is a little higher end. It's all for men. It's $140. It's a little expensive, right?
What does it do?
But it's German made. So as soon as you say German made, it's like, oh, well, if it's German made, well, it's got to be engineered correctly.
Right. That thing is going to hit them corners.
You know, you automatically think that it's German made. It's actually going to work really well. And so it's shaped like it has a shaft on it, and there's two ends on it, and it's like little hummingbirds sensation. Wings.
Wait, it's shaped like hummingbird wings?
No, on the sides of it, yes. So it has a long shaft, and and at the ends of the shaft, it kind of branches out to the side. Think straight, and then think two wings on the side. And it's like little hummingbirds, yes. And yes, little hummingbird wings.
Like shaft.
Yes, and wings. Hummingbird wings. Yes, wings. And it vibrates. And you put like the shaft, the rim of the eggplant on that, and it vibrates it, because that's where a lot of the nerve endings are, is that area around it. So it's working that ridge around. Everyone's Googling it, y'all. If y'all could see
hold on.
To me, like trees, Jenny C and Katie are like, ooh,
wait, pause. I'm trying to get the visual picture. So it sits on the top.
Around
on the top of the rim.
The rim, yes.
It doesn't go on the whole thing.
No.
So it's like a hat.
And like a clamp. Looks like a clamp, in my opinion. But Google it. It looks like a clamp. In my opinion.
It's a clamp with wings.
Basically, yes. And it flutters.
Like a Hermes cap. Like Hermes, the god that had the cap with the wings.
Girl, I don't know nobody Hermes or Herpes or herpes. What?
You don't know who Hermes is?
Herpes. What are we talking about?
Not herpes.
What are we talking about?
That is not a Greek god, ma'am.
Wait, what? How do we go from little flutter things to what are we talking about? I'm so lost right now. Did I speak in English? Did you guys switch languages on me?
Greek god of speed and communication. He's got like the wing cap with the wings, sandals that goes super choo fast. He's on the FTD logo.
Oh, the FTD guy.
Yes, that guy.
Oh, that's Hermes?
That's Hermes.
Not the purse?
No.
I think isn't the purse probably based off of that or something? I don't know.
No, it's not. I'm joking.
No. Okay.
Oh my God, we're digressing. Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Bell, go back to the subject.
But this thing is the manta, as they call it. It's really good for stroking and for the eggplant head vibration, because some men just enjoy like the head being stimulated and that rim area around the head. So that is what that is for. And I hear that one is really, really good. And if you use it alone, just for self-stimulation, or have your partner use it on you. So make sure that you check that one out, because that one I hear has really, really amazing reviews. So
and for the listeners, I'm sorry, what is the name of this again? One more time.
Sure. So this one is Fun Factory Manta, and Fun Factory Manta, and a lot of people just call it like a manta, but it's called Fun Factory Manta, made in Germany.
Like Manta, MANTA.
TA. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to talk about one more here, because I think get them a toy and let them also have some fun. And just watch them, and you're going to get off. Trust me, just watching your partner enjoy himself. It is quite an experience.
Oh.
And so the next one is a Lilo Loki wave.
Who?
A Lilo Loki wave.
Not to be confused with Lilo and Stitch.
No. And it looks like the rabbit. The rabbit for females. Remember that? It looks like the rabbit. And it does It's around $218, I think, on Lilo. I don't think it's on Amazon. It may be, but it's like $218. And it has some like amazing technology on it. It has what they call a wave motion technology where it feels like it's a wave. And it's for prostate stimulation. And, you know, for those that don't really enjoy having their prostate touched and AKA milked, oh my God, we're going to here tonight.
Wait, hold on. When we say milked, is that what we call anal play? Or is that something else?
Not necessarily. No, it can be a part of anal play, but you know, if there is so much stigma around for some, not for all, but for some men that have a lot of stigma around having their prostate stimulated. For some reason, especially in some cultures, they believe, oh, if I like to have that part of my body stroked, then I must be gay. Or, you know, I'm there's something wrong with me. You know, they look at it as not clean because it's in the anus, but the prostate is AKA also the female G-spot. So I often tell my men that, you know, you understand that a woman has a G-spot, and they all agree, yeah. The same sensation that we get when we have our G-spot touched is the same sensation, if not more, I've heard, that men that have their G-spot stroked, their prostate, when they have a big explosion. It's really amazing for them. And it's very healthy to release all of that seminal fluid by milking the prostate. And so getting our men comfortable with talking about the prostate, getting prostate massages, milking the prostate, either with a hand, a finger, or a toy. There are a lot of prostate stimulating toys on the market. Yes, Jenny C. Love.
First off, sorry for that loud noise. My cat knocked on my phone. Second of all, I have a story that I have permission to share from my husband. When he was going through his testicular cancer treatment, one of his examinations pre-operation, he went through 2 major surgeries, was someone that insisted on doing a prostate examination who had no business doing it. So he's actually quite traumatized by that. So I just wanted to, you know, any listeners who have experiences with it, if we could also make sure to talk about that, because, you know, that can really get in the way of even wanting to explore that.
So this show, we're going to continue it next week. As you heard earlier in our show, we're going to have Kapua on next week. And we're going to talk about men and their hips and helping men like really be, I want to say better lovers, but how to thrust with their hips. And there's nothing better than having a Polynesian dancer explain how to use your hips.
Get that motion in the ocean, y'all.
Amazing. So make sure that you tune in. And he's also a recording artist. We're going to talk about his music and what it's like to be a dancer and using those hips, and how men can also engage so that they can also, like I said, be better lovers by thrusting and using their imagination when you do it. So don't miss next week's show with our first male co-host, Kapua. And we are Brown Sugar Confessions. You know where to reach us on Power 1017. I'm Doc Val, and all these beautiful co-hosts. We thank you for joining us tonight. And I guess we'll see you next week. Play safe and stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.
Night.